Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Fran Coach's Franchising 101 podcast series. I am Tim Parmeter, your host and founder of Fran Coach. Fran Coach, we are a national search firm dedicated to helping people find the very best franchise to own. Our podcasts are designed to take a brief look at some of the most relevant topics and questions we hear from our clients as they explore franchise ownership. So we want to share those with you. And today, one of the biggest things we hear, money, money, money. What is it going to cost, man? What will it cost? So we want to touch on this from a little bit and talk about some of the options to make it happen. So first off, let's understand the fact that for us personally at Fran Coach, we are partnered with over 500 franchises in about 60 different industries. So we have home-based franchises, and we have worked with people that have owned, started, multiple units of big fast food restaurants, which obviously millions of dollars for that. So the range from what it takes or what somebody could invest is huge. So do understand that. That's first. Second, I want to understand some terminology with this. When we talk about the term total investment for a franchise, and it's very important. If anybody's ever talking to you about something other than true total investments, don't talk to them anymore about franchising, okay? Total investment is three things. It's going to be your franchise fee. It's going to be all of the costs to get open on day one. And then it's going to be usually at least 3 to 6 months operating capital after you're open. Okay. So that's when we talk about total investment. That's what it's taking you all the way through being open for at least 3 to 6 months. We'll get, as we vet franchises, we'll get all of that information in great detail, line item out, costs and the fees. We do also get reporting of revenue that the owners for that particular brand can make. But total investment, that's what we want to talk about today. So for that, that's where, again, we have that humongous range where it may be as low as $50,000, $60,000 for a total investment, and again, several million. So we want to look at this, I guess, kind of from an entry point standpoint, right? Again, you want to own McDonald's, multi-million dollars and several hundred thousands of dollars just liquid, right? To even be able to kind of be in the ballpark for that. That's the high end extreme. Entry point. We like to talk to people about this from a standpoint of buying a house. Could you buy a house right now? Not big mega mansion on top of the mountain, just your nice, normal, three bedroom house. Can we have the money some way, shape, or form liquid for a down payment, whatever that might be, say 20 grand, right? Is it in our checking or savings? Can we access it through a retirement account, stocks, bonds, portfolios? Is it under our mattress, in our kids' piggy bank, wherever it is? Can we access that kind of cash, right? That's first. Second is, do we have credit good enough to get a home loan, right? Because franchising in many, many ways is like buying a house, right? Most people don't go buy a $500,000 house with $500,000 in cash, right? Down payment, then we get our loan to pay the mortgage, right? Franchising oftentimes very, very similar with this. So from an entry point, if we have that kind of down payment, so to speak, do we have the ability to have liquid, say $15,000, $20,000, $25,000? Do we have that kind of credit? If we have that, if we know that about a person at a bare minimum, we know there's going to be funding options for them and franchises that fit that financial portfolio. Okay. Now, is that minimum going to get you 3 Taco Bells? No, it is not. And that's okay. Is it going to put you in play at a minimum for, 100 to 200 franchise partners of ours? Absolutely. Okay. And again, that's at a bare minimum. So entry point, again, if you can be in that ballpark with those two things, now we're in good shape, right? So now what do we do from there? So 2 main funding options. First off, and we'll talk about this one first, is going to be a loan, most commonly through the SBA, Small Business Administration, and they have loans that are specific to starting a franchise. It is significantly easier to get a loan to start a franchise than it is to get a loan to start your own business. The bank is going to be more willing to loan somebody $500,000 to start their Subway franchise versus loaning them the same amount to start Tim's sandwich shop. I'm sure I make a great sandwich, but there's no proof of concept there whatsoever. It is significantly riskier for the bank and, quite frankly, for me to start Tim's sandwich shop, right? So we'll take a look at that first, right? And there's a couple different kind of loan ranges, but a very simple one, commonly referred to as the express loan, for up to $150,000. And again, kind of with those minimum criteria that we talked about. And it's not collateralized. There's a lot of real kind of advantages to it. So very common. Obviously, if you get into any investment that's over that, the loan is a little bit more complex, right? Again, there's going to be more steps to get a $500,000 or $1 million loan than it is $150,000. But that minimum entry point we talked about is going to get you in the ballpark for that $150,000 express loan. And again, with that, easily 100 to 200 franchises that can be in that price range, right? So that's first. We've got the SBA loan. There are some other loan options, term loans, unsecured loans. Sometimes they're utilized. Honestly, they're kind of secondary behind the SBA. But the other side of things is probably the one way in which you can kind of fund a franchise without really any necessarily cash out of pocket is utilizing retirement accounts through what's called a ROBS program, which is rollover for business startup. And those will allow people to access money out of their 401k or qualifying IRA to use that to start up their business. It's not taxed or penalized like when we just withdraw it. You're essentially starting your own corporation and you're taking the money from whatever kind of placeholder it's in. If it's at, Edward Jones, Fidelity, wherever your 401k is, you're going to take it over and you're going to start your own business, your own 401k, and then disperse that money. I would tell you probably 98% of the people we talk to have no idea that program is available. But it's an incredibly good opportunity for a lot of folks. And it really does, then obviously a kind of a nominal fee to get that set up. There is no cost or there's nothing out of pocket for that, right? So those two things become hugely available for folks. And again, really make the opportunity to start a franchise significantly easier and more obtainable than most people realize. So again, we hear this all the time. So it was definitely one of the things we wanted to talk about on our podcast. Tons more information on our website regarding funding, even a pre-qualification tool. Francoach.net is our website. But if you hear this and it makes it feel like maybe this opportunity and the chance to own a business, whether you're jumping into it full time, where it's that semi-absentee franchise that's kind of creating you that secondary income stream while you keep your job, also very common. If franchise ownership feels more in reach now, and it's something that you've always thought about and kind of dreamt about, then reach out to us today. Let's talk. There's never ever any fee for our service. First call, we'll talk for 10 or 15 minutes, go over this a little bit more, and see if this might be a value to explore further. Again, find us on our website, francoach.net. Shoot us a note. Let's get a call scheduled. Obviously, follow us on social media as well, and tune into more of these. We hope this helped you understand the accessibility to funds, the obtainability of a franchise, and we hope to talk to you soon. So thanks for tuning in to the Fran Coach Franchising 101 podcast. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to talk to you soon. Have a great day.